with the evolution of production technology, fresh ideas and trends, with leftover influences from the late 80s. 1991 was the year of epic production quality, with some artists' biggest sellers and biggest sounds. I'm going to start off with the self-titled Metallica album, released by Elektra Records, and costing well over $1 million to produce. A lot of blood and sweat went into this album, plenty of re-recording and remixing, as well as several band members going through divorces. It is also the first album you can hear Jason Newsted's bass. The quality of the album still holds up today. Matter of fact, the album quality is actually superior to the ones that came out afterward.
Number 2, Van Halen, for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, Warner Brothers, aka Fuck. Practically every track on this album could be a hit. This masterpiece features some of their heaviest tones, on guitar, bass, and drums. Definitely one of the best albums with the Hagar lineup. Sammy Hagar even wanted to name the album Fuck, due to the censorship issues at the time. Number 3, Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears, Epic Records. Probably the best songwriting and performance by the Zakk Wylde era. Lemmy from Motorhead even contributed lyrics to several songs. It was also the final album to feature bass player Bob Daisley and drummer Randy Castillo, who sadly passed away in 2002. This album has a vast selection of heavy hitters, as well as memorable ballads. Number 4, Corrosion of Conformity, Blind, Relativity Records. Their first album to be produced by John Custer and second guitarist Pepper Keenan. It is the only album to feature vocalist Carl Egel and bassist Phil Swisher, and their only album is a 5-piece lineup. Being their third album overall, it is their first album to be in the mainstream. This album also shows their talents in not only songwriting, but also performance of their instruments. This album also features Reed Mullins' best drum work, and multiple guitar overdubs by Woody Weatherman and Pepper Keenan. The style of the album is more stoner sludge metal, with small elements of hardcore punk and thrash metal. Number 5, Armored Saint, Symbol of Salvation, Metal Blade Records. This is their first album to not feature guitarist Dave Pritchard, who passed away in 1990, and the first to feature his replacement, Jeff Duncan. Dave Pritchard contributes to much of the writing of the record, and one song features one of his guitar solos. Armored Saint make a cameo in the movie Hellraiser 3, performing the song Hanging Judge from this record. This album was also produced by Dave Jourdain, known for producing Alice in Chains, as well as producing the Anthrax album Sound of White Noise when Armored Saint vocalist John Bush joined the band. The production and sound quality to this album is great, even by today's standards. Number 6, we have Michael Jackson, Dangerous, Epic Records. This album has a really big sound and a lot of rock elements. Slash even makes an appearance on the record. And this is also the first Michael Jackson album not produced by Quincy Jones, who was his longtime producer since Forever Michael in 1975, with the production team of Bill Bottrell, Teddy Riley, and Bruce Sweetin, along with Michael Jackson. With all those ideas collaborated, maybe that's why the album has such a busy sound to it. The album artwork is pretty cool too, and has a lot of details, and it was painted by Mark Ryden. I do want to keep it short and sweet because I can go on about this year. Other notable artists, such as Guns N' Roses, releasing Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, Kyuss releasing their debut album, Wretch, Sepultura with the album Arise, Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, Smashing Pumpkins, Gish, The Obsessed with Lunar Womb, featuring bassist Scott Reeder from Kyuss. Another album that stands out would be a band called Fate's Warning with the album Parallels on Metal Blade Records, featuring the band's highest production sound to date. Can't leave out Rush, Roll the Bones, with the return of their commercial sound, yet has still aged very well. 1991 provided a really good soundtrack. At the age of 10 and 11 years old, changing schools and moving to a new home, eating shit on my Huffy 6-speed, with my indestructible Sony Walkman cassette player, blasting Van Halen's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge at Volume 10. It made me feel like I was the king of Corona, California. Thank you for checking out Mean Street Journal. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. tpublic.com also supplies Mean Street wear for all your offensive apparel needs. Check it out. See ya.